Welcome back to Windy Hollow Garage. Today, I need to do some maintenance on my daily driver. And you might be wondering, well, as a Mopar guy, what kind of daily driver does he have? It's probably like a cool Hellcat or a SRT8 Charger, something cool like that, right? Well, you're going to have to wait and see because I have something way cooler than that. It's a big day here at Windy Hollow Garage. For the first time ever, we have merch available. That's right, we have hoodies and t-shirts that turned out super cool. So if you're interested, t-shirts will be $20 and hoodies will be $30. And then if they need to be shipped, it'll be $5 to the post office. But if you're interested, hit us up in the comments. But we can take Venmo, PayPal, Zelle, whatever. We're pretty easy going, but we don't have a website or anything like that. We're not that fancy yet. So we really thank anybody that watches and supports us. Well, did you guess a 2013 SmartCar Fortwo? I bet you didn't. This thing is a beast. This is my daily driver. Yes, I do indeed drive this thing every day to the cubicle farm. You might ask yourself, why? Well, I bought this thing actually for the racetrack to use as kind of like a golf cart because it's got a heater and an air conditioner, which is kind of nice at the racetrack. But I drove it to work once and I kind of didn't hate it. And it gets like 40 miles per gallon. So I drive like 20 some miles to work every day each way. So it saves me like $100 a week right now. So why not drive it, right? And I was like, oh. As long as you stay off the interstate. Now, I do not recommend driving this thing on the interstate because it's every time a semi truck passes you, you kind of got to pray and say, please, please let me live another day. So I don't really like driving it on the interstate, but I can take back roads to work, and it's really not that bad. It's really, actually, it's kind of peaceful. But it does have air conditioning and a heater and a radio, so I just drive the back roads. So yeah, we're going to do some maintenance on my really sweet SmartCar Fortwo. Now, we have to figure out, where is the engine in the smart car? Is it in the front? Is it in the middle? Is it in the back? Nobody knows. I think these are 3 cylinders. One fun fact about these cars, these are Mercedes. These are made by Daimler. These are actually Mercedes, folks. Yes. Yes. So technically, I'm driving a Benz to work every day. Don't be jealous. Is the motor in the front? Let's find out. I couldn't get it open with one hand, so I have to put the camera up there. So, oh my gosh, I can't get anything. My hands are so cold. All right, let's try one more time here. And what do we got in here? And that is not the engine. So there is no engine in there. That is your washer fluid fill and radiator and your brake fluid. So the engine is in the back of this car. I do know that the battery is in the middle because when my battery die, yeah, here's the engine. Just a little feller. Little 3-cylinder, I'm guessing. Just a little feller in there. Alright, we got that propped up there. Oh man. I need to get a new air filter. How in the world do you get the air filter out of there? Oh my goodness. Well, the lady said the oil and filter were changed when we bought it, so she wasn't lying. Last oil filter 2221. Huh, how about that? Alright, so probably look up how much this thing takes. I don't even have a clue. I don't know anything about this car. Man, that was full though. That's good. I don't know how many miles are on it since the last oil change. Oh, it looks like you wrote down 55323. Oh, did I go see what it has on it? What a great tech. It has 61,000 miles on it now, so that's evidence that we definitely drive it as my daily driver because we've put 6,000 miles on it. Yowzers, I wouldn't have guessed that. 6,000, so she is definitely due for an oil change. Well, apparently you don't even have to jack up these little cars. The oil drain plug is right there. It's giant. It's like 20 something millimeter. So we're just going to use the fit everything tool. Let's see if we can get it off of there. It's pretty tight. Look at that. I had to use, that's like a 4-foot pry bar and I don't know, like one of the largest crescent wrenches I have just to get the drain plug to break loose. The whole car was lifting off the ground. Literally, the car was coming off the ground, lifting the drain, trying to get the drain plug loose. If you're a mechanic, what are you, why would you do that? Come on. Anyway, we got it loose after 20 minutes of figuring out how to get it loose. So we can finally move on here. Well, while we wait for the oil to finish draining, we're going to go ahead and change the cabin filter. Got our handy dandy tool. Highly recommend you change these every so often in your daily drivers, any of your cars, because critters are known to get in these and make your cars kind of gross. Oh yeah, this one's gross. You can see already. Especially if you buy a used car, you should immediately change these. Cause no idea when the last owner changed it. I'm gonna bet this is the factory cabin filter. If you look how nasty that is. Yep, and that's the air I've been breathing for the last few months. So, got some stink bugs in there. At least there's no mouse, no signs of mice. So, hold it up to the lights. Yeah, you can't see through it at all. Yeah, you can see the new one. You can pretty much see right through it with the light. That's how you know it's way overdue for being changed. But it's not a bad idea to change these every year in a daily driver. I mean, they're not that expensive. They're like $9 or $10 usually. Old? New. Ugh. Alright. So next we're going to do the air filter. You can see it's like 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. So first you take off the little corrugated hose, and then you pop off the 3 little clips here. Ding, ding, ding. And then you fight like your life to get this little thing, which just exactly clears the area. The German engineers made that precisely so it just comes out. Let's see how bad our air filter is. Somebody liked a lot of Fram filters. Fram. See how bad this is. Oh no, oh, it's real bad. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. This thing only makes like 100 horsepower. This was probably taking 50 of it away. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's so bad. So, we got our new Napa filter. Oh my gosh, that's probably going to add 100 horsepower. I can't believe it was that bad. Ooh, well, all right. That is just, all right. That's why we do daily. That's why we do maintenance on the daily drivers too. Wow. So here's your reminder. Check your cabin filters. Check your air filters when you change your oil. At least every other time. Yowzers. All right, just drop this back in here. Maybe you get the spiders out of there. What the heck? I've been creating spiders living in there. It's awesome. Alright, get those out of there. Drop our new filter in here. This thing's gonna feel like it has a turbo on it, man. This thing is literally gonna be like turbocharged now. Like our little thing, which fits. I can't believe how. Like, there's literally no room for. Like, look at this. My hand's cramping. Literally no room for like error here. Alright, well, I'm going to wrestle this back on and finish this up. Alright, we got our drain plug all cleaned up, ready to go back in. You can see SmartCar uses these weird drain plugs, so you got to be careful. Pull them straight out. It's got the little brass washer on there to help it seal up. So there was no need for it to be super Hulk tight. Let it drain while we did all the filters. And the oil filter, we got that changed. That was opposite of the drain plug. It was barely finger tight. I was able to just grab that and spin it right out. So put the drain plug back in and throw some 3.7 quarts of 0W40. This uses the expensive stuff. And we'll be back on the road. All 100 horsepower. All right, we got our topped off with 040. We got our 3.7 quarts. It's so weird. I don't know why they do that. But check it with the stick real quick just to be safe. Oh boy, that's hard. Oh yeah, nailed it. Okay. So we are ready to get back on the road. So we can figure out how to reset the light in this thing, and we'll be ready to roll. Oh yeah, always write down when your last oil change or what maintenance you do. And a little Sharpie or paint marker or something you can wipe off with, and we'll write it back on. So there we go. Oil, air. I didn't write down the cabin filter because it kind of goes with the air filter. So, all right. So the steps to reset the oil, reset the oil thing on this are insane. So you turn the key on, and then hit the button over here 2 times real fast, and then do it again. It's like, it's bizarre. So turn the key on, click. You can see mine shows 10,000 because I already did it. And turn it off, hold it, and turn it back on. Keep holding it. And you can see mine shows 10,000 because I already reset it. And that's how you reset it. It's a pretty wild process there. So anyway, we were all good to go for another 10,000 miles. I think we were actually under that. We were at like 6,000. So we were still had 4,000 miles left on our oil change. So we didn't neglect our smart car as much as I thought. All right, I think our little smart car is ready for another 10,000 miles. Well, I think it's a consensus. The smart car is probably the uncoolest daily driver that there is. But I'm still going to drive it to work on occasion. Why? I already covered it. It gets 40 miles per gallon and saves me $100 a week. That is more money than I can put into my race cars. Enough said.
Let's be honest, he kind of looks like Mr. Bean when he drives it too.
So I thought the engineering on the smart car was kind of cool. That's kind of why I decided to make this video. I know it's kind of silly. It's a smart car after all, but it's really neat how they engineered some of the things in that, and that's kind of why I wanted to share it. I don't know. Some people might think it's cool. This video will probably get like 7 views, but anyway, I thought it was fun to make. Hopefully at least 5 of you enjoy it. We don't take ourselves super serious, so feel free to roast me in the comments for driving a stupid smart car. I won't be all that offended.
Please, it will make my day.
So the dogs love riding the smart car because it's got the little shelf in the back, and they can just sit right there, and they're pretty much at the same level as you are, and they just love it. So it's pretty much the perfect little dog hauler. So we're getting closer and closer to racing season. The weather's starting to break. I think the tracks open up around here in just about a month. So very soon we'll actually be able to make race car videos and not smart car videos. So stay tuned for that.
As always, make sure you like and subscribe. As he said, continue to roast him in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.